What's up guys, I'm Rob from Gear Tech and today we're going to be taking a look at the JJRC H31 drone. Before we get into the review of this guy, I just wanted to say I've got a funny / interesting story of how robust and also how waterproof this drone is, but I'll tell that at the end of the video, so make sure you do stay tuned for that. But for now, let's jump into an up close of everything you get inside the box. Okay guys, fly time. Before I show you the footage, I just want to mention that I'm a beginner. This is the first drone I've ever used and ever flown. So all the footage is going to be from the standpoint of a beginner. There is 3 modes though, so if you press this button on the top, which is the speed adjustment button, you'll go to beginner mode. It'll bleep once to indicate that you're in beginner mode, and that's the mode I've been using. And what that is a nice smooth responsiveness. Also it's quite fast, but also quite smooth and balanced. If you press this again, it'll bleep twice to indicate that it's on intermediate mode. Everything stiffens up, becomes a bit more responsive and also a bit faster. If you press this again, it'll bleep 3 times and go into expert mode, okay? Everything becomes super tight, super responsive and really fast. A lot of YouTubers review on that level, so please go check out their videos if you're interested to see what that's like, because this footage is from a beginner standpoint and everything's, a bit slower, let's say. So what I was trying to go for was try and swoop in and level myself off. I also tried to hover and go back and forth and side to side. I also tried a few flips. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump into the footage and see how I did. Before we get into cost and where can you get this from, I just want to say a massive thank you to the sponsor of this video, GearBest. They sent me this drone to review. It's been a great experience, super fun. I really do recommend this. If you want to check out links to the product or their social media or their promotions page and their website, all them links can be found down below. So, GearBest is currently selling this drone for £20.97, so basically £21, which is just incredible. There's so much fun to be had with this drone and it's such a cheap price. Once again, if you want to pick this up, all the links will be found down below. Okay guys, so my final thoughts of this drone. To start off with, it's cheap. I found it really affordable. It's also really easy to use. I'm a beginner and I had no problems learning how to use this. I also think it's indestructible. You'll learn more from the story in just a minute, but trust me, this thing is indestructible. It also comes with accessories like a camera and add-ons like that, so if you wanted to buy a drone to test out if you like flying it and then have the possibility of adding a camera next to do some footage, this is the drone for you. It also has cheap spare parts. There is some negatives though. I found that it's very hard to fly in wind, so if you have low wind, you can fly it and you actually can fly it quite well, but if it has medium to high wind, it's basically impossible. You have no control. And next is the battery life. It only lasts 10 minutes. That's kind of average, however, it's still kind of annoying, but it does take only an hour to fully charge. Okay, so now time for the story. GearBest sent me the drone and on the day of getting it, I couldn't wait. I wanted to test it straight away because I obviously wanted to film for this review as soon as possible. So I got it, I opened it up, put all the battery together, put batteries in the remote, all that kind of stuff, and there's a field right next to me, so I thought that's the perfect position to start testing out what I need to do. So I went there, I went right in the middle of the field, okay? And I'm just about to lift off, so I give it a little bit of throttle, it starts to lift off and probably went about this level. And then the wind took it. The wind went under it and just took it, launched it like 100 foot in the air within seconds. And then it started flying forward like another 100 foot. And I was like, oh my God, am I ever going to get this back? It was just incredible and just insane. And then I saw it land because I shut off all the power and I was like, it might be over our signal, I'm not really sure, but it started to dip down and then crashed in someone's garden. So I rushed over because I wanted to retrieve it straight away because I thought this could be all in bits, I'm not sure. Knocked on their door, they weren't in. So then I start to go home. Then it starts to rain heavily and I'm thinking it is waterproof, but this is a lot of rain and it could be just in bits. So I really wanted to check out if it's okay. So I went back around the house and they weren't there again. So I asked the neighbour if I can check their garden. They said, yep, it was fine. Went in their garden, knew it wasn't there, knew it was in the other person's garden. And then there was no way of contacting them. So I wrote a note with my number, put it through the letterbox, hoping that they would call me and I could rush and get it. A day went past. And on the next day, it rained all day. And I was thinking, oh my God, this thing's going to be like just flooded and just destroyed. I'm going to have to call up GearBest and say, I'm so sorry. I flew it for literally 5 seconds and it's already gone and broken. So I went around their house again and then they weren't there again. And I was like, oh my God, I just have to cut my losses. I have to like just contact GearBest the next day if I still don't have it. But then I get a call that evening and it was a woman at the house that said they've got my drone. So I went round and I picked it up and it was just perfect, not a scratch on it. So I was like, oh my God, like that's incredible. But the water could have damaged the battery or something like that. So I took it home, I dried it off. It was ridiculously wet. I mean, everything was just soaked. So I dried it all off, tried to charge the battery. I put the battery in the USB and the USB into a charger and it did charge. And I was like, okay, the red light's on, it indicates that it's charging, fantastic. I left it for an hour, it was fully charged because the light went off. And I was thinking, okay, the battery works. Put it in, everything lit up, everything worked just fine. And I thought, oh my God, this device flew up in the air, crashed down, had 2 days of rain and still works perfectly. So that is a testament to how good this drone is. Okay guys, that is the review. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video. Subscribe because this is a new channel and we need subscribers. So please subscribe and I'll see you guys next time.